Emma Carter had never known a world with light. Born blind due to a rare genetic condition, she had learned to navigate her small world by sound, smell, and touch. At 8 years old, she was brave, cheerful, and fiercely independent. But there was one companion who made that possible. Atlas, her highly trained German Shepherd service dog. Atlas was more than just her guide. He was her protector, her best friend, and the reason she could walk to school each morning without her mother worrying. He could sense her every movement, steer her away from danger, and even detect her quickened breathing when anxiety tried to overwhelm her. On that fateful Thursday afternoon, Emma was walking home from school along Maple Street. Her mother had been delayed at work, but Emma assured her she and Atlas could manage the short walk. It was a route they had taken hundreds of times. What could go wrong? As Emma reached the corner by the old grocery store, shouting erupted. Tires screeched, and somewhere to her left, a deep, commanding voice yelled, "Get down! Hands where I can see them!" Emma froze, clutching Atlas's harness. Atlas stiffened, letting out a low, warning growl. Emma's ears picked up hurried footsteps pounding toward them. Suddenly, a man's voice cried out, "Stop that dog!" Then came the deafening sound of a gunshot. Emma screamed as Atlas yelped in pain, collapsing beside her. She dropped to her knees, frantically feeling for him. "Atlas? No, please." A strong hand grabbed her shoulder. "Miss, step back." It was Officer Marcus Thompson. His voice was tense, almost shaking. Emma's blind eyes turned toward him, her small voice trembling. You shot my dog." The crowd that had gathered erupted in outrage. Bystanders shouted at the officer. A man recorded the scene on his phone. Someone knelt to check on Atlas, who whimpered softly. But Marcus's face had gone pale. Because the moment he saw Atlas lying there, memories slammed into him like a freight train. 3 years earlier, Marcus had been a K-9 officer. His partner, a fearless German Shepherd named Rex. They had been inseparable until the day a suspect's bomb left Marcus badly injured and Rex missing in the chaos. The department searched, but Rex had vanished, presumed dead. But now, staring at the injured service dog before him, Marcus saw the same amber eyes, the same scar on the right ear, the same faint birthmark on his paw. Atlas wasn't just Emma's service dog. He was Rex, his partner. Marcus's hands shook as he knelt beside Atlas. "Hold on, boy. Please hold on." Emma's lips quivered. "You know my dog?" I think I used to," Marcus whispered. "He was my partner before he was yours." The paramedics arrived, but it was clear. Atlas needed a veterinary surgeon immediately or he wouldn't make it. Without hesitation, Marcus scooped the dog into his arms and sprinted to his cruiser, ignoring the chaos behind him. Emma was helped into the back seat, clutching Atlas's paw the whole way. The veterinary team worked for hours. Emma sat in the waiting room, knees drawn to her chest, rocking slightly. Marcus sat across from her, wrestling with guilt so heavy it was almost suffocating. He had fired the shot without fully seeing the situation, reacting to a false report of a dangerous, charging dog. Finally, the vet stepped out. "He's stable. The bullet missed vital organs. He'll walk again." Emma let out a sob of relief, her small hands covering her face. Marcus exhaled shakily, his eyes glistening. Over the next weeks, Marcus visited Atlas daily at the vet clinic. He brought treats, spoke to him softly, and even helped with his rehabilitation exercises. Emma, still hurt and cautious, barely spoke to him at first. But one afternoon, as she listened to Marcus recount stories of Rex, how he once chased a suspect straight into a swimming pool, how he used to sleep with his head on Marcus's boots, she began to understand. "Atlas was your best friend too," she murmured. Marcus's voice cracked. "And I almost took him from you. I'll never forgive myself, unless you can." When Atlas was finally well enough to come home, the police department held a public press conference. The video of the shooting had gone viral, sparking outrage worldwide. But Emma stood beside Marcus. She explained to the reporters that while what happened was terrible, mistakes, even devastating ones, could lead to something unexpected. Reconciliation. Marcus announced he would cover all of Atlas's medical bills personally and dedicate his time to service dog safety training for all officers. Months later, Marcus walked Emma and Atlas home from school. As they reached her house, Atlas stopped, nudged Marcus's hand, and wagged his tail, the way he used to in their old K9 days. Emma smiled faintly. "I think he forgives you." Marcus knelt, scratching behind Atlas's ear. "I hope one day you both will." Emma touched his arm gently. "We already have." And in that moment, the bond between a blind girl, her heroic dog, and the officer who once loved him too became something unbreakable, proof that even in the wake of mistakes, redemption is possible.